Hi everyone, this is your teacher again in TLE9, major in Electrical Installation and Maintenance, Sir Alfie Banosong. Uh, Today we will discuss a new lesson. But before that, let me have a short recap of the things that we have discussed last meeting. So, last meeting, we discussed about the different forms of energy. We discussed about heat energy, about chemical energy, kinetic energy, elastic energy, lightning energy, nuclear energy, radiant or light energy, and we also have discussed sound energy. We also discussed about the different sources of electricity here in the Philippines, like for example, hydropower plant. So there are many water forms in the Philippines that can help generate hydropower electricity. Like for example, there is a hydropower plant in Pagsangan Falls. So that is one example. Second, we have uh, power plant, electrical power plant, which is powered by a coal. Like for example, in Naga, we have a power plant run by coal. Another is we have nuclear power plant. Supposedly, Philippines have a nuclear power plant during the time of Marcos, President Marcos. But sad to say, or unfortunately, it was not pursued due to some reasons. We also have geothermal power plant. So many of our geothermal power plant was located near in our volcanoes. So the heat from the ground was used to generate electricity. So those are some examples of sources of electricity. But then again, there are so many examples of sources of electricity I have not mentioned. Like for example, solar power panel and electric generator powered by fuel or maybe diesel. So, so for that, we also discussed last meeting about the different advantages and benefits of using electricity. So let's try to look the picture from left to right. So in the left, washing clothes manually in the river or in the streams, while then in the right picture, that is washing clothes with the use of washing machine. So washing machine is powered by electricity. So washing clothes in using washing machine is much more easier and much more comfortable than manually washing in the rivers. Okay. Next, we have cooking. Cooking using firewood. Kisa may nakasulay nyo ani sa inyong balay. So, nakasulay mo ani. So, grabe kayo, napay anuos, mabot sa iyong ilong. And sa right picture, nagamit na og rice cooker. Now, rice cooker is run by electricity. So, it is much more easier to cook using rice cooker than manual cooking. Another example we have here, a girl studying at night. So, parte, base ni siya og mag-exam ni or final exam ni inig kaugma. So, nagtuon siya using the light coming from the alcohol lamp or fuel lamp or a kerosene lamp. Whereas in the right picture, a girl studying using a light coming from a bulb which is run by electricity. So as you can see from the left picture to the right picture, we can see or we can get what is the benefit and advantage of using electricity. Then again, we have so many advantages of using electricity, but also we also have disadvantages. Okay? So mas komportable atong kinabuhi with the use of electricity, pero if we're not careful enough, pwede sad nga mo siya hinungdan sa atong kamatayon. So much for that. For this day, we will discuss about a new lesson. So we will discuss about the basic components of electricity. But before that, here are some of our objectives for this day's session or this day lesson. First objective, define the different components of electricity. Okay? At the end of the lesson, you as a student of electrical installation and maintenance should be able to define the different components of electricity. Second, we have to explain the principle of Ohm's law. Okay? You will be able to explain the principle of Ohm's law. The third, we have solve electrical computation using the Ohm's law formula. So, those are the three objectives of our lesson for today. Okay, to start with, here it is, the basic components of electricity. Unsa man din mga basic components of electricity? When we say components, that comes from the root word compose. Unsay langko ba na niya, nag-compose ana niya nga butang. First, we have voltage. Second, we have current. Third, we have resistance. And fourth, we have power or energy. So those are the four main components of electricity. Okay, we will discuss it one by one in the next slide. Okay, voltage. What is voltage actually? Voltage is defined in physics as the electromotive force that pushes the electrons to move, or simply it is called EMF. Okay, so that is the external force that pushes the electrons to move. That is called voltage. Voltage have a measurement unit value of volts, or capital letter V. The discoverer or the proponents of voltage is a Russian physicist named Alessandro Volta. Okay, so much for the voltage. Let's move on to the current. What is current? Okay. Current is defined as the amount or number of electrons moving in a circuit. Ang gidaganon sa mga electrons nga nagdagan diha sa inyong mga wire, that is called current. Current has a measurement unit value of ampere, or capital letter A. Now, the proponent of current is André Marie Ampere. He is a French mathematician. So, next, we move on to resistance. What is resistance? Resistance is a property of material that opposes to the flow of electrons. So, any material that opposes to the flow of electrons is called resistance. Now, measurement value of resistance is in ohms, or simply write the symbol for the last letter of the Greek alphabet, omega. So, manayang symbol. So, the proponents of resistance is George Simon Ohm. We also have the last one, the last component of electricity is power. Power is the rate at which electrical energy is transferred by an electrical current. Or just simply, you can define power as the consumption of electrical energy in a certain device. So, mo ni siya kwentahon sa atong mga taga-Civico personnel during mag-reading sa atong mga meter sa balay kung pila ka kilowatt hour, pila yung consumption, para maorasan na ang kwentahon kung pila yung mabayaran. So, that is called power. Power have a measurement unit value into watts. Okay, or capital letter W. So, kabalo naman convert ana, ang 1,001 watts is equivalent to 1 kilowatt. So, by kilowatt ang kwentada sa atong taga-Civico during pag-read sa atong mga electric meter. So, kung dako mo consumption, so dako san mo og bayranan. So, that is power. So, the proponent of this power is James Watt. So, usually, ang ilang mga measurement value sa upat ka components of electricity is derived from the surname of its proponents. So, mo na siya. So, here it is. Next, we have the Ohm's law. So, kinsa may proponent sa Ohm's law? Okay. From the word itself ohms, so simply si George Simon Ohms. So, according to George Simon Ohm, in his Ohm's law, it states that resistance is inversely proportional to voltage and current. Let me read again. Resistance is inversely proportional to voltage and current. What does it mean? So, let's explain it here in a little diagram. First, we have resistance. When resistance increases, the voltage and current decreases because they are opposite, they are inverse, they are inversely proportional. Now, kung saka ang resistance, natural, ang voltage ug ang current moubos kay inversely proportional man sila. Likewise, if the resistance decreases, the voltage and current also increases. So, mo na ilang relationship. It is inversely proportional. Now, we can conclude that the voltage and current go together, or shall we say it is directly proportional. So, magkuyog-kuyog ni silang duha, go together. If musaka ang voltage, musaka sad ang current, and vice versa. Kung mubos ang voltage, mubos sad ang current. Now, that is how to explain the Ohm's law that George Simon Ohms have made. Okay? Nasabtan na ninyo ang Ohm's law, sayo na kayo na siya sabton with the use of this diagram. Now, let's move on to this one. So, we have many formulas in Ohm's law. So, we can make or we can derive different formulas using this triangular diagram. Okay, sa inyo nakita, doon ay triangle, gi-divide into 3. Sa pinakaibabaw, that's V. Then sa ubos sa bottom, that's I and R from left to right. So, we can simply make a formula, okay, by writing V is equals to IR, or shall I read voltage is equal to current times resistance multiplied by resistance. So, now na siya pag-read. So, actually, V stands for voltage, I stands for current, and R stands for resistance. So, that is the first formula if voltage is missing. Second formula is when current is missing. We have I is equals to V over R, or we read it as current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. The third formula, we have R is equals to V over I, or resistance is equals to voltage divided by current. So, sayon na kayo na siya pagka-derive ang formula. And I know nga inyo na sading na take up pag grade 8 ninyo electricity major ninyo. So, sayon na lang ni para ninyo. It is just a review na lang siguro para sa inyo. Now, example number 1. Let's have a first problem. A circuit has a current of 3 amperes and it is connected in a 6-volt battery. How much is the resistance in this circuit? Okay, try to analyze the given problem. Okay, now, in solving mathematical problems, mathematical mo siya kaya nag-involve manig numbers. How will you going to compute or how will you going to solve? First, let us look for the given. Kung unsay given nga na diha ato sa tanawon. Now, the given are I. Unsa ito na I? That is for the current. That is a variable for current. I is equals to 3 amperes. Second given, we have 6 volts. which is voltage na siya. Now, the thing that is being asked is R, or the resistance. Now, what is the formula in finding resistance? So, kanina, sa atong tulo ka formula, unsa man to siya? So, resistance is equals to voltage divided by current, V over I. Now, just simply substitute all the given values. Voltage is equals to 6 volts divided by current, which is 3 amperes. Now, 6 divided by 3, the answer is 2. That is our R. The unit for resistance is ohms. So, doon ay tapad ng omega symbol. That is ohms. Or you can also write also the word ohms. Tapad sa 2. So, that is for example number 1, which is resistance ang missing. Nasabtan. Okay. Sayendra. Let's move on to the next example. Example number 2. Okay, here it is the problem. A circuit has a resistance of 3 ohms and it is connected in a 12 volts battery. How much is the current in this circuit? Now, again, in solving the problem, in solving mathematical problem, we have to look first for what is given. The given are, okay, 3 ohms. Unsa man siyang 3 ohms? That is our R, or that is our resistance. The second given is 12 volts. That is our voltage. Now, the missing, or the thing that is being asked is current, diba? Or that is variable I. Now, how we are going to solve? Just use the Ohm's law formula in solving for current. The formula is I is equal to voltage divided by R. Okay, divided by resistance. Now, just substitute all the given values. I is equals to V, which is 12 volts, divided by R, which is 3 ohms. The answer would be I is equal to 4. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. The unit for current is A, or amperes. So, sayon ra gyud gihapon. Just use the Ohm's law formula. Let's move on the example number 3. Example number 3. Okay, problem. A circuit has a resistance of 4 ohms and a current of 1.5 amperes. How much is the voltage required in this circuit? Okay, again, let's look for what is given. Given resistance is equal to 4 ohms. Current is equals to 1.5 ampere. The missing is voltage. Let's solve for the voltage using the Ohm's law formula. Okay, which is voltage is equals to IR, or current multiplied by the resistance. Just substitute the given value 1.5 amperes multiplied by 4 ohms. The answer would be 6V, or 6 volts. That is our final answer. So, in the 3 problem, I have shown you how to properly compute for the missing. It's either voltage, it's either current, or resistance. So, just use the formula given in the Ohm's law, or if possible, memorize the formula. Kaya marag, di mo po ito tantong lisod, dili kayo complicated ang formula, sayon raman siya. Okay? So, okay na. Nasabtan ra gyud ninyo. Let's move to our first exercise. Okay. Your first exercise would be written in a short bond paper. Habit na tag short bond paper if you have at home. If you don't have short bond paper, you can use intermediate pad. Wala gyud sa inyong balay, alag mo dulhog pa mo sa lungsod para mamalit bond paper. Okay. Basta ang gamiton dili lang gyud kang kinisi nga notebook ha, kana lang limpyo pod nga papel. Kung wala gyud may bond paper, but usually kasagaran ang ako ipagamit kini is short bond paper. Now, for your exercise number 1, okay, here, nakita nyo, doon ay table. So, ang inyong buhaton, copy the table in a short bond paper. Okay? Sa inyo nakita, doon na 3 columns, voltage, current, and resistance. So, inyo nakopyahan niya, doon na po yung mga missing values that is numbered 1, 2, 5. So, in color red. Now, after copying the table in your short bond paper, solve for each missing values. Items 1 to 5. Okay? Inyo nang isolve using the computation that I have taught you previously. Kato ganina. So, katong mangita mo sa given, mangita unsay ang missing, then isolve ninyo using the Ohm's law formula. Now, you have to show your solution. Inyo gi-indicate yung solution. Ibutang ninyo sa ubos sa inyong table. O dili masakto, pwede ra sulatan sa likod sa pen paper. Okay? Okay, that is 1, 2, 5. So, in every item, okay, with complete given, with formula and complete solution, it is equivalent to 10 points. So, that is 5 items, 10 points each. So, exercise number 1, the perfect score would be 50 points. Okay. Okay na. Arito sa exercise number 2. Ano man yung exercise number 2? And again, use short bond paper. Okay. In a short bond paper, you will have to explain the Ohm's law, or shall I say, you have to express the Ohm's law in a creative way by using one of the following. Okay. You have to explain using a creative way. Okay? Unsa may pwede niyong gamiton? Una, poster. Pwede sad ka slogan. Pwede sad poem. Pwede sad pick-up line or hugot line. So, those are the 4 choices that you can choose from them by explaining Ohm's law in a creative way. It's either, kung ayaw mo drawing, you can use or you can choose poster. If may mo anang mga saying, proverbs, you can choose slogan. How about if you're good in singing, you can choose poem. And if you are good enough as a 21st century learners, you can make your pick-up line or hugot line. Don't forget to put it in a short bond paper. Okay, additional na siyang mga design ninyo kung namoy pang design. Okay, that is your exercise number 2. Now, for your exercise number 2, okay, here it is kung saan ako pag grade ang inyong exercise number 2. Kay lain-lain man mo, you have to choose one. So, doon na tayo criteria. First is the content, 50%. Saan ang content? 50%. Okay? Our content is katong Ohm's law. If naa dito tanan sa ang Ohm's law sulod sa inyong creative presentation, that is 50. Now, how about originality? Now, makahibalo rin ko kung kopya sa Google. Now, if makita na ko nga doon ay similarity in internet, so minus na ang 30 points. 30% rather. Now, for the relevance, 20%, okay, dili ba siya simang, no? Kasi buhat-buhat lang. Okay, that is 20%. Now, for a total of 100%. So, that is for the criteria of your exercise number 2. Gana. Okay? Okay naman taadto. Now, let's move on to your assessment. Okay, you can get 1/4 sheet of intermediate pad and write only the letter of your answer. Okay, this is just a 10 items multiple choice. Okay, shall we start? Okay, I'll count to 10, then mag-start na ta. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, question number 1. It is the opposition to the flow of current. It is the opposition to the flow of current. Is it A, voltage, B, current, C, resistance, or D, power? Question number 2. It is called as the electromotive force or EMF. It is called as the electromotive force or EMF. Is it A, voltage, B, current, C, resistance, or D, power? Question number 3. It is the energy consumption of a circuit. It is the energy consumption of a circuit. Is it A, voltage, B, current, C, resistance, or D, power? Question number 4. It is the number of electrons flowing in a circuit. It is the number of electrons flowing in a circuit. Is it A, voltage, B, current, C, resistance, or D, power? Question number 5. What is the unit of measurement for power? What is the measurement unit for power? Is it A, volt, B, ampere, C, ohm, or D, watt? Number 6. What is the unit of measurement for current? What is the unit of measurement for current? Is it A, volt, B, ampere, C, ohm, or D, watt? Number 7. What is the unit of measurement for voltage? What is the unit of measurement for voltage? Is it A, volt, B, ampere, C, ohm, or D, watt? Number 8. What is the unit of measurement for resistance? What is the unit of measurement for resistance? It is A, volt, B, ampere, C, ohm, D, watt. Number 9. What happens to voltage if the resistance increases? What happens to voltage if the resistance increases? It is A, increases, B, decreases, D, stay the same, or C, stay the same, or D, none of the above. Number 10. What happens to voltage if the current increases? What happens to voltage if the current increases? Is it A, increases, B, decreases, C, stay the same, or D, none of the above? So that is the last number. So that is it for your assessment. So okay, let's move for your assignment. Your assignment would be read in advance in preparation for our next lesson, which is electrical circuits. You can use you can search in the Google. Okay, kung namo internet sa balay, search the following. First, we have series circuit. Second, parallel circuit, and combinational circuit. So mo na yung tuloy inyong assignment inyo rang i-read in advance for the preparation for our next lesson. So that's it. Now, before we end, let me have a short reminder. So, our schedule for retrieval and distribution of modules will be on Monday. So, don't forget, katong inyong mga answers, inyong mga bond papers nga inyong activities, i-appeal og butang taon sa envelope and pass it on Monday. So, magkuha sad mo og bag-ong mga modules. Okay? Don't forget to wear your face mask always kung magkuha mo siyang modules sa inyong mga queues. And also, bring your own ball pen para sa atong attendance dito sa queues. And also, maintain always a 1 meter distance to others. Okay? So we have to maintain physical distancing at least 1 meter ang atong distance. Okay? And if ever, if possible, do na mo time get vaccinated. So, muna pinaka-highest nga protection against COVID-19 is to get vaccinated. So, thank you and God bless everyone. So, I hope nga sa atong gamay nga time during our discussion and our lesson for today, nga doon na mo nakatunan and I hope and I pray nga dito nyo malimtan and you will continue to study hard for your own good para sa imong kagalingon, para sa imong family. And okay, paabot lang mo sa atong next nga video for next week lesson. Okay? Thank you and God bless.